Hey, what's going on everybody? Welcome back to the channel. First of all, thank you so much for 800 subscribers. That's an incredible amount of people viewing this channel, and I'm just really happy with the positive comic book community that we've cultivated here. And now for the subject of this video. Today we're talking about the Book of Doom, that is Doctor Doom's Omnibus. So without further ado, let's take a look at this book. Here is the cover of the book, which wonderfully features everybody bowing down to Doom. I love this cover, had to pick this one up. Here is the spine of the book, and I also really love this image of Doom that they chose to showcase here. Here is the back of the book, which is designed very well. I like when they give us the layout of all the issues in here, and hey, it's 6 decades of Doom as stated. Alright, let's crack open the book and talk about it, but first, please bear with me as I go through the table of contents of this book, which is a lot because this is super thick. So, this collects Fantastic Four from 1961, 5 and 6, 39 and 40, 246 and 247, 258, 278 and 279, 350, and 352. Then we have Amazing Spider-Man number 5, Marvel Superheroes number 20, Giant Size Supervillain Team-Up number 1 and 2, Supervillain Team-Up number 13 and 14, Champions, the original series, number 16, Amazing Spider-Man Annual number 14, Uncanny X-Men 145 to 147, Iron Man 149 and 150, Marvel Superheroes Secret Wars 10 through 12, that's the end of it, Marvel Graphic Novel Emperor Doom, which is awesome, Doctor Strange and Doctor Doom Triumph and Torment, which is also awesome, Fantastic Four, the 98 series 67 through 70, and issue 500, Fantastic Four Special number 1 from 2005, Books of Doom 1 through 6, material from Fantastic Four 236 and 358, Fantastic Four Annual number 2, Astonishing Tales 1 through 3 and 6 through 8, and Marvel Double Shot number 2. I hope you all are still with me. This has got to be one of the largest omnibuses that we have. I think the biggest that I had recently was the War of Realms one, and this seems a little bit bigger maybe. I don't have the page counts in front of me. But okay, now that that's out of the way, let's talk about the book itself and if it's worth a pickup. So what is the Book of Doom? Well, this is essentially just a character collection type omnibus where they just took a bunch of notable stories featuring Doctor Doom and put it in this book. And look, Doctor Doom is one of the most compelling comic villains of all time, and he's certainly up there as one of my favorites, so I might have some bias here. He's plagued the Marvel Universe and the Fantastic Four specifically with his villainous ways, and he's also been heroic and brave at times. He's a really cool character with a lot of layers to him, and this book kind of acts as a Doom sampler. You get notable Doom stories throughout several different eras, and there's some really good stuff in here. That being said, if you're somebody who's an avid omnibus collector like myself, there is definitely a high chance that if you buy this, you'll be double dipping with another omnibus or multiple other omnibuses that you already own. And that's because there are at least 3 other omnibuses that contain some of these stories. We've got the Kirby and Lee omnibuses that overlap with this, we've got the Mark Waid omnibus that overlaps with this, and we've got the John Byrne omnibus that overlaps with this. But there's also a lot of cool and valuable stories in here that I don't think have been printed in an oversized format before, like the Triumph and Torment story, which is maybe the best Doom story ever, and also probably the best Doctor Strange story ever too. It's about Doom and Strange teaming up together to go and free Doom's mother's soul from hell, which is pretty much as metal as it sounds, and it's basically a must-read story if you're a fan of either of the characters, and I feel like it's got an effect on the future of both those characters as well. The Emperor Doom story is also really awesome, and it's kind of one of those stories that sort of plays out in a way where a character gets everything that they want and find out that maybe it's not all that cracked up as they thought it would be, and that's as much as I'll say about that one because I think it's really going to be fun for you to experience that one completely fresh. The Books of Doom issues in here, which are more contemporary, are also a story that I think has not been published in this oversized format, and it's a really nice sort of just wide scope picture of what Doom's life has been like. We see him at various points through his character's history, and it's a fun little retelling in a lot of ways with some more added context. And I mean, if you don't have any of the other Fantastic Four books, this has one of my favorite stories in it from the Waid Omnibus, and that is when Doctor Doom, sort of creates this new magical armor out of the skin of someone, and it imbues him with like such awesome power, and he really goes at the Fantastic Four in a pretty gruesome way, to be honest. And that's also probably one of my favorite Doom stories. There's just a ton of good Doom stories, so it really makes sense that they put this omnibus together. Plus, not only do we get in this omnibus 6 decades of awesome writing of Doom stories, we also get 6 decades of amazing Doom artwork. All the artists that worked on these issues are so immensely talented, and this is one of those books that you can just grab, flip through to any page, and there's going to be something that just stands out to you. Doom as a character himself is designed in such a cool way, and him and the adversaries that he goes against are all very showy, which leads itself to great artwork. So I guess the big question is this worth picking up? Well, I guess really it just depends. I mean, are you a big Doom fan, like myself? Then yeah, absolutely you should pick this up because it's a Doom omnibus and that's gonna look cool on your shelf, and it contains the best of the Doom stories, and it contains Doom stories that haven't been printed elsewhere in this format before. But if you're somebody who's more casual about Doom and the Fantastic Four, then maybe you can avoid this one if you have the other Fantastic Four omnibuses, or you're just not that interested in, the Fantastic Four, I guess, or Doom, which in that case, yeah, don't pick up books you're not interested in, I guess. You don't need me to say that. Unless you do need me to say that because you're an intense completionist like I am sometimes, which in that case, hey, don't pick up this book if you're not going to read it, because what's the point, Although I did say it looks really cool on a shelf. Anyway, this is going to be a case-by-case pickup for people, so please let me know if you plan on picking this up. Please let me know what your favorite Doom story in here is too. I want to know because there's so many good ones, and thank you guys so much for watching. Again, thank you for 800 subscribers. If you want to join the family here, please subscribe, and with that, have a great rest of your day.